10 days, 10 more days, and I'll be jumping into the lake to start Ironman Indiana. Actually, less than 10 days. I mean, we're really talking, they start at 7:30, and I'm recording here at like 3 p.m. in the afternoon on a Wednesday. Yeah, so less than 10 days. And 7 days until I throw everything in the back of my Jeep and head up to the race. So, I'm freaking out. What's up, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Can you believe less than 10 days? I feel like it was right after Chattanooga that I started this little series kind of documenting what's going on with my training, how am I feeling for the race, whatnot. I mean, there's been days where I feel like I'm indestructible, like I could do anything. And then the next day I'm like, I'm quitting. I don't want to do this anymore. My legs won't move. I'm pedaling squares. It's just been a grind, but I love it. And this is what I signed up for. It's what I love doing. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. Did I do enough training? Did I do too much training? Overtrained? But right now I'm kind of coming off that high or coming off that fatigue. I'm starting to taper. And so like now I'm like, should I go out and run 20 miles today? Should I do a 100-mile bike ride? No. Hay's in the barn. You just got to live with it. I've done enough. I'm ready to go. The only thing that's going to mess me up here is mentally. Am I overthinking this race? Am I being a hero? That's my thing. And one thing I realized that I don't think I've told you guys my Ironman history, I've done, this will be number 6, and they've all been 5 shit shows. Excuse my language, but the first one was me ending up in a med tent with 3, I don't remember how many IVs. Later, they told me they were going to take me to the hospital. I think I may have lost 100 pounds in one day. I'm kidding, but I lost a lot of weight. Looked like a skeleton when I was done. And I basically I was probably the first guy to ever do like an Ironman on 500 calories. Idiot. The second one was much better, but the swim was canceled and they shortened the bike. So I biked, had a good bike. I learned how to pee on that race. That was Ironman Maryland, and had a good run. But even though the swim was canceled, they made up for it on the run, where I basically had to wade through, I don't know, this much of water. It was tons of it. I'm basically running up on people's yards and high-fiving them up there. Next one, so I didn't do anything in 2017, but then the next one, 2018, I was like, oh, Chattanooga, I just bought a place up here. Let's do an Ironman. And I did an Ironman, except the swim was canceled again. And had a good bike, decent bike. And then the run went well for 13 miles until it didn't. Probably didn't take enough nutrition. I'm racing it, so another lesson learned. 2019, I'm all signed up for Chattanooga, redemption race. I'm ready to race, train my butt off all summer, and get up there. Had a great swim, come out of the swim, jump on the bike, immediately go straight down. Broke my front wheel, cried. Somebody got me up. We walked back down the transition. Needless to say, I spent like 30 minutes in transition, 3 times, I don't remember, and then got on the bike and rode. Didn't feel great, but then I said, hey, let's see what you can do on the run. I ran amazingly. I don't know. Is that a word? For 17 miles, almost 18 miles. And then I was just like, why am I even doing this out here? And I started thinking like, oh, I got 9 more miles. And then that's just when the wheels fell apart, laid in the grass, wanted to quit. People told me just finish. And I did. Almost didn't finish in the daylight. I mean, it was like coming right down. So that was another shit show. It was like over 5-hour run. And the bike was like almost 6 hours because of the stupid wheel and spending like so much time in transition. 6 weeks later, I jumped in and went down and did Ironman Florida and had a much better race. The wheels didn't fall off until mile 22 there, and almost went under 10 hours. But I had a good bike, decent swim, and a good run. Like 3:40 run. So that was good for me. I was pleased with that race. Let's just say that. That was 2019. No Ironman last year. I probably could have jumped into Ironman Florida last year, but I was injured. So here we are now, ready to do an Ironman. I got a coach last October, Adam Zuko. I think I've mentioned that a couple times. He has been training me nonstop, pushing me. I felt like I've wanted to quit a couple times. I mean, some of his bike workouts, some of his run workouts are just insanely hard. But I think he's got me to where I need to be for this race. And I don't just want to do this race. I mean, I can go out and do this race, but I want to do really, really well for this race. And I think I'm close. My swim isn't there. So to get the time that I need, that I want, you guys know my goals. My goal is to, be top 1, 2, so I can get a Kona slot, if that'll ever happen. But, that's my goal. And so I'm probably gonna have to take some chances, because my swim isn't where I want it to be. I can't swim under an hour. My goal is probably around 9:30, 9:20. And for me to get that, I've got to back into a couple of things. One, my swim's probably going to be anywhere between 105 and 110, which is decent, but that's going to slow me down. So that's an hour and 10 minutes. Bike's going to be somewhere around 5 hours. So then that's 6:10. And then that gives me 3:10 on the run. No, I could do 3:20, 3:25. So somewhere on the bike, I'm going to probably have to push a little harder. I know that's not the perfect answer. That's not the best way to go about, but if I need a goal time somewhere 9:20, 9:30, somewhere I'm going to take a couple chances. It's just the way it is. Sometimes it's worked for me. It's really worked for me in half Ironman races, and other times not so much. But we got a goal, got a plan. I got a nutrition plan. I spoke with Adam last week. We went over a lot of things. He gave me some good advice at all the different aid stations. His advice to me was first aid station water, second aid station water and Coke, third aid station water, Coke and gel, and repeat. And so I'm going to try that. And I've done it a little bit in training. It worked really well. I've built a stomach that just can pretty much absorb anything at this point. I eat crazy stuff during training. And on the bike, try to get in 300 calories an hour. So hoping for a decent swim, 105, 110, that would be amazing. Hoping for a good bike. I mean, I've put in the work to have a sub 5 hour bike. The bike course it's not very hilly. That's good and bad. Good because I can just put my head down and just hammer in a couple different gears. I don't have to worry about rollers or climbing or anything like that. Bad because I know there'll be people out there that'll be drafted. That's just the way it is. I mean, I know Ironman puts motorcycles out there, but every single race I've ever done on a flat course, whether it be Maryland, just any kind of race, half Ironman race, whatever, there's always been drafting. Miami was horrible with it. 30 guys passed me on the second lap, and I was like, and I don't cheat, so I let them go through me. But yeah, so I should have a good time on the bike, and then can I run? I have a running background. I've been running for a long time. I didn't run in college or anything, but ever since my Army days, I've been running, and I keep getting faster. Even at 46 years old, I did a short triathlon a couple weekends ago. It's kind of under the radar before I came back and did all my training. And I ran 18:30 off the bike on a hilly course. So I'm a good runner. I'm going to run Boston after this Ironman, so I know I can put in a good time. It's just being smart about it. It's making sure I got the right nutrition, hitting all the aid stations, and not being a hero coming out of transition T2. My mantra is, and my coaches, we've talked about this, is my mantra is let the race come to you. His thing is the race doesn't begin on the bike until mile 80, and the race doesn't begin on the run until the 20th mile. So I'm not trying to chase things. I'm trying to be smart about this race. So we'll see. Anyway, 10 more days and I'll be racing. So stay tuned. My goal here is to throw in a bunch of small, short videos, kind of keep you guys updated every day, and starting next week up until the race day, and then my race report, and then that'll be the end of the series. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I've enjoyed putting these videos together. And if you do, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, do all those cool things to do on YouTube. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.